Labguy here. Welcome. This is my computer where I do most of my website development and the work on my archive of video documentation. I'm going to give you a quick tour of the video archive just to give you an idea of what that is about. This is how the archive appears on the top level. It's built in HTML with over 11,000 scanned documents beneath this top shell. The categories include advertising literature, operators manuals, miscellaneous publications, service manuals, vacuum tubes, which is a side interest of mine, and an eventually to be completed master archive of videotape recorders based mostly on the equipment in my collection. The section I've been working on most this past week has been the miscellaneous publications. Now, I want to point out that the copyright is held by all of the publishers of most of this work that are still in business and who keep their copyrights active, and in no way am I making any money from my archive. This is a private archive in digital form, equivalent to a bookcase full of books and magazines and ad flyers, so say a file cabinet or a microfilm library. And this is a research archive available mostly to myself and to a few select individuals who are seriously interested in the topic. So for instance, I'll just do a quick rundown of what's on the publications page. I have one section dedicated to all the miscellaneous news archive photographs and loose 8x10 and 4x5 photos I have purchased on eBay concerning video cameras and contributors to the state of the art and so on. I have a section on stock certificates, which has a whopping 2 stock certificates in it, but that's the point. As I collect the items, I scan them, put them here for very easy access, very rapid access. And then to go down the list, there's A5 amateur television magazines, Denson Electronics, ATV Research, and then ham radio magazines, electronics industry magazines, Popular Science, Time, Popular Mechanics, Broadcast News, etc., 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 etc. Going down the line. All of the magazines, articles, and so on that I found, most of the information that drove my career in particular. So in a sense, I'm building this archive for me. And if other people can get value from it, so much the better. The subject matter and the inclusive arena that this falls into, I admit, is driven by my own personal choices and experiences. A lot of these articles represent a trip down memory lane for me, personally. However, it does cover the arena of small format videotape recorders, associated cameras, and technology affiliated with it, and along with the evolution of this state of the art to this point. And so this is a quick overview. As you can see, there are dozens and dozens of magazines and other publications in here. I've scanned an amateur television handbook, for instance. The Lancaster County Historical Society has an issue of their magazine from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, where RCA did all of their camera tube development. The article was so excellent that I scanned their entire magazine for my reference material. And this is a quick look at what a scanned magazine looks like. Of course, copyright of this material belongs to the Lancaster County Historical Society and is not to be reproduced or sold commercially. I'm just demonstrating, but you see, here's an image orthicon tube, which is the top image they used in their index for that article, which, give me a quick moment to look this up and I'll tell you the author, Robert G. Neuhauser, who worked for RCA for his entire career at the camera tube factory. Backing back up to the top level, I have collected data sheets for vacuum tubes together, which I can access very quickly when I need to wire up a tube, for instance, I have the data sheet for that tube handy. Then advertising documentation. Here's a Kai documentation, for instance. What do you want to know about the VT700 VTR? Here it is. It's right here. The ad brochure tells us everything we need to know. This avoids my crappy writing like you find on my website, which I'm both proud and ashamed of, because face it, in a third grade writing class I would get a B. So it's much easier for me to scan and format other people's work and collect it together to form a pertinent, meaningful archive of research material. And so that's pretty much Labguy's tour of his archive project for those of you who are not familiar with this work. One other thing I'd like to show you very quickly is the bulk material, which I have here in tubs, in filing tubs, and there are currently 7 tubs like this full of paper material of my own, which I have spent in excess of $5,000 collecting, and to give you an idea of the seriousness of this kind of work. To do this kind of work, a person must be really insane or dedicated to the project. So thank you for watching my video, and visit my website www.labguysworld.com.